guys, Harry here from the Art Gear Guide. Thanks very much for joining me today. As you can see, and by the title and the image here in front of you, this is my review of Derwent's brand new ProColour pencils. Now, I think it was a few months ago, there was rumours coming around that Derwent were bringing out a new pencil, and some rumours were hinting towards the fact that Derwent were getting rid of the Coloursoft, or that they were going to get rid of the artists or the studio, and that these pencils were going to be replacing them. And I got a lot of emails from people asking me, was this the case? So I contacted Derwent, and obviously I'm sure all of you know by now that the ProColour is not replacing anything. It is in addition to the already vast array of pencils that Derwent do. So that's a bonus. Now, I was originally sent a handful of the ProColour when they very first kind of like came out, and then Derwent sent me the full range, the full 72 set of Derwent ProColour to have a little play about with, to test them, and to be able to have all the information that I need to relay to you guys in the form of this video review and my written review in Coloured Pencil magazine, and obviously over on the Art Gear Guide, which I have done. And I have to say, I think, you know, I know I'm going to give you all the information in this review, but I'm just going to say it right off the bat. I think these pencils are going to be a huge hit with a lot of people, and I'll go through all that in a second. So the first thing to note, when these pencils came to me, they came to me in an artist tin, because they hadn't even, at the time that the pencils were sent to me, they hadn't, I'm not too sure whether they had already agreed upon the artwork for the tin, but they just hadn't manufactured the tin. But the tin wasn't ready in any case, so the pencils were sent out to me in the artist's tin. So I don't have a tin to show you or anything like that, not yet, but I do have an image which will be coming up on your screen, and this is the image that will be on all the tins when they are released. Now, in terms of the release date, the official launch date for them will be July the 13th at the Patchings Festival. I think from that point on, then they'll be available to the public in and around from that date onwards. In any case, certainly before the end of July. But as soon as a definite date as to when the public can get hold of these pencils is available, I will be updating that information. I'll be passing that information on. So anyway, let's get right down to the pencils themselves. So as you can see, let me just grab one here. The barrel itself is this beautiful dark grey. It's kind of like a gunmetal grey, battleship grey type of thing. And it, as with all the Derwent pencils, they have this beautiful stripe on the tip of the pencil, which indicates the pigment colour that you're going to be using. So working from the tip to the back, in terms of what's on the pencil information wise, we have here right close to the tip the new Made in Britain stamp that that Derwent have on their pencils. Going along from that, then we have Derwent, the company name, and then the ProColour, which is obviously the name of the pencil. Now, further on down, along towards the end here, we have the pigment colour and a code here as well, which you will all be pleased to know that these pencils, as with all Derwent pencils, will be available open stock. Now, the core of these pencils is 4mm and the barrel is 8mm. So it's you know, one of the things I love about the Derwent pencil range, with the exception of one or two which are slightly slimmer, is this beautiful thick stable core that they give you, and I just happen to love this type of pencil. It feels really nice in the hand. You know, it doesn't feel like it's fragile, it's going to break or snap or anything like that when you're using it. So I personally love this design of pencil. Now, in terms of the sets that are available, there are sets of 12, sets of 24, 36, and then 72. As you can see here, I have the full range to 72, and I have used them because I did a piece trying to demonstrate these pencils and demonstrate them in the best way I possibly could. And I just had so much fun using them. Now, here's the reason why I think that they're going to be a huge success. When we're talking about the core of the pencil, obviously this is the most important part. This is the part everybody is going to want to know about. It's a wax-based pencil, but it lays down like an oil-based pencil. Now, if you dislike the artist range because it's too hard, and you dislike the Coloursoft range because it's too soft, then these pencils, the ProColour, is definitely going to be the pencil that you're going to want to have a look at, because this pencil line lies right in between the artists and the ProColour. So it's a hard core, but not as hard as the artist. And when you're using it and you're laying down the colour, it lays down like really soft, but not as soft as the Coloursoft. Now, another thing that Derwent really wanted to try and make sure incorporate into this pencil was the fact that although it's a wax-based pencil, there's no waxy bloom left with it or anything like that. Also, there's no crumbling when you're using it. You know, with some pencils, there's a kind of like a crumbling aspect of it. There's none of that. There's no dusting or anything. It's really, and this was something that Derwent consciously tried to incorporate into this pencil. Now, when I was testing the pencil, so let me move this out of the way. When I was testing the pencil, I tried to test it on as many papers as I possibly could, because I wanted to be able to show people the best way I could with regards to you know, whether it's going to work on toothy paper or smooth paper, that type of thing. And so when I created a piece of artwork myself, I thought to myself, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it on, because by this point I knew how this pencil reacted, and I thought, if I can demonstrate this pencil on a really smooth surface with very little tooth, it should demonstrate how smooth and creamy that this pencil is, because as all colour pencil artists know, if you don't have a relatively toothy paper, it's going to be quite difficult to get the colour range that you want. Now, I done this piece of artwork using the ProColour, and I done it on Strathmore's 500 series Bristol plate. Now, I know it's not the most extravagant piece of art that you've ever seen, but what I was trying to do was I was trying to demonstrate the vivid, bright colours that the ProColour delivers. I used, on certain aspects of this, I used some odourless mineral spirits, and this wax core reacts beautifully to odourless mineral spirits. So if you're the type of colour pencil artist that likes to, whenever you're blending and stuff like that, use odourless mineral spirits, then you're going to love these pencils. I also used just an ordinary pencil blender, and I also used, you know, some of the markers come with blenders. I used one of those as well, just to give a variety of different techniques that can be used, and it reacted really, really well with all of them. Now, as you can see here, the colour, you can see yourself, it's a really smooth paper. If any of you have ever used the Strathmore 500 series, you'll know it's a really high quality paper, especially the Bristol plate. It's incredibly smooth. A lot of marker artists use it. So to be able to get these colours, and you can, you know, there was not a lot of pressure put down on the pencils or anything like that. Now, in terms of other papers, I used it on Derwent's sketching paper. I used it on some hot press paper and some cold press paper. And I think with out of all of them, it didn't react that well to the cold press. So the the really rigid color pencil, or sorry, watercolor paper. Other than that, all the other papers this pencil was perfect on. Now I've got some of the Derwent sketching paper here. Just let me move this. And so I'm just going to lay down some color on this paper. Now, when I was doing layering and stuff like that, I was able to get about 4 to 5 layers on the Strathmore Bristol Smooth. Sorry, but yeah, about 4 layers on the Strathmore Bristol Smooth paper. With the sketching paper, I was able to get about 5 or 6 of a light application of the pencil. So the colours that I have here are Geranium Lake, Deep Cadmium, not too sure whether you can see those, sorry, Geranium Lake, Deep Cadmium, Grass Green, and then this Kingfisher Blue. It's a beautiful blue. So we'll start off with the blue here, and I'm just going to do a few layers. And I'm using a kind of a medium pressure here because I'm very conscious of the time. So I'll go over this a couple of times. So that's the second layer. It's the third layer. It's the fourth. That's a fifth, and it's still, I'm still able to get plenty of layers on this because I'm not damaging the tooth of the paper, and the colour that is coming off this is just beautiful. Now, these pencils hold a point fantastic. They sharpen incredibly well. I've used the Derwent Super Point manual sharpener on these, and as you can see here, they sharpen very, very well indeed. Now, I'm going to put very heavy pressure down on this blue, down below. And then I'm going to do the same with the other colours, okay? So I'm just going to very quickly I think that is, I just think this is a fantastic pencil, I really do. So let me just zoom in there. And you can see, you can see there with the blue, that was, what, 6 layers? And there's still 2 to the paper showing through there. It hasn't damaged the paper. And with the other layers, it was just like 1 medium layer, but you can see there how vibrant the colour is. And with the heavy layer, you can see I've badly damaged the tooth of the paper because I was pressing really hard on it, but you can also see the vibrancy of the colour on the paper. Now, another test that I like to do, and I did it with, I've already done it with the Derwent ProColour. These colours here I did, and you can see that with certain colours the pigment is quite opaque, and then other colours it's quite there's quite a bit of transparency with it. So with this yellow, I think it was a yellow, it was like a green, lime green that I used here with this, and this is a felt grey. I forget what this orange is, and then white, and then a blue. You can see with the blue it's nice and opaque, as with the orange. The orange, well actually the orange is a little bit transparent, but I'm going to use these colours as well that I've done so you can see how well it reacts on black paper. So we'll start off with the cadmium red. So as you can see there, just let me zoom in a little bit. You can see there that against the black background, the colour shows up incredibly well. Okay, so that was the black paper. And now what I'm going to show you, demonstrate, is a little bit of blending. Just some dry blending, because as you can see with the drawing that I showed you, with the odourless mineral spirits, it reacts really well, the colours do. So I'm just using the same colours. I've sharpened them here a little bit, so I'm just going to put down the cadmium red. And then some of this, deep cadmium yellow. Sorry, I called that red cadmium red. It's geranium lake, sorry. I'll go over it again a little bit. And then I'm going to use this Kingfisher blue here to hopefully get a nice green. And then all I'm going to do here is I've got one of Derwent's just ordinary dry blending pencils, so I'm just going to blend all that together. And you can see there, I mean, like, this is just a quick test because, like I said, I'm always very conscious of the times of these videos. You get the nice colours there of the green and the orange with the three colours that I've used. Okay, so as I've already mentioned, in terms of the sets, you get a set, there's a set of 12, 24, 36, 72, and the pencils are also open stock. Now, as of yet, I don't have any prices, no prices have been released just yet for America or any other countries just yet. As soon as I get any information on the prices for America or Europe or Australia or anything like that, I will update my website. So, and I will put a tweet out, a Facebook message out as well, giving you the prices. But the prices at the minute here in the UK, so for the set of 12, it's £22. For the set of 24, it's £44. For the set of 36, it's £65. And for the 72 set, it's £137. Now, they're just brand new prices because this is a brand new product. But I'm sure that, you know, as time goes on, there will be sales on and discounts on and all the rest of it and stuff like that. I'm sure those prices will probably change, but at the minute that's the prices that they're going with. And I know that you might think that the set of 12 or £22 is expensive, but it's not really, because these pencils, they're called ProColour, and in my opinion they couldn't have been given a better name because they are very, very professional type pencils. And so therefore, individually, the pencils, the retail price there for them is £2.04. So the next important information is the light fast information. Now, with the Derwent range, they use a slightly different system from some of the other pencils. They use what's called a blue wool system. Now, it's a rating between 0 and 8. 8 obviously being the most light fast. And it is considered that anything rated from 6 and above in that system is considered highly light fast. So anything kind of like 5 and 4, it's still light fast, just not as light fast. So I would imagine that anything, so if you're used to the star system that we see on a lot of different pencils, I would imagine then that anything 6 and 8 is going to be a 3-star light fast rating, and then anything from 3 to 5 is going to be a 2-star, and then from 0 to 3 is going to be a 1-star. So that being said, out of the 72 range, 40 of them are considered 6 and above. The rest then fall into the category of 3 to 5 and 0 to 8. I think there's 4 pencils in total that are 0 to 3, which is a decent light fast rating overall whenever you consider that a lot of the pencils and stuff like that. The only criticism that I would have, and it's not just with the Derwent range, is the fact that I think it's really helpful that the light fast information, whether it be a star system or any other type of system that is used, that the light fast information is printed on the pencil. Now I know that's a lot of extra work and probably cost would come into it as well, but I just think that knowing these colour pencil artists as I do, some of the really top of the line colour pencil artists, they will only use the 3-star rated type pencils, especially if they're doing a commission or a piece that they know is going into a gallery, that type of thing, because if certain colours start fading faster than other colours, then the painting's going to look silly. And so it's helpful for them to have the light fast rating on the pencils. But that's me having to really, really find a fault or an issue, a criticism, whatever you want to call it, with these pencils. Because other than that, I seriously can't find any problems with these pencils. I have my favourite pencil has always been the Derwent Artist pencil. I love that pencil. I know a lot of people don't like it. They say it's too hard. It doesn't lay the colour down. But for me personally, if it's used on the right paper and you're using like a layering technique, because colour pencil artists have all different types of ways in which they use their colour pencils. So it's just whatever way you use it. And the way I use mine, I love the Artist. But I'm really torn now between the Artist and the ProColour. Because I think this ProColour range is fantastic. And I genuinely think a lot of people are going to love this pencil. Anyway guys, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this review. I've been really excited about doing this review because I'm hoping to be one of the first out there bringing you the information on this brand new product that Derwent have been working on for the last 2 years, I believe. They've been coming up, they've been talking to different groups, different colour pencil groups all around the place, and getting feedback from them, certain artists, certain colour pencil artists as well that they've been working with, and getting feedback from them as to what it is that they want in a colour pencil. So, like I say, I hope that not that it's the end of the world, but I hope that the Art Gear Guide and Colour Pencil Magazine are the first to bring this really fantastic pencil to review to you. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for all your support, guys. It's been fantastic. I really appreciate it. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next review. I've got a mountain of reviews to do for you. I'm really excited about all sorts of different things, so stay tuned. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe and click on that little bell. Any new reviews that I put up here on YouTube, you will get instantly notified about it. Also, if you want, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Likewise, when I put a new review out, it goes out on those platforms as well, so you will find out immediately from there, or anything else that comes out or changes or anything like that. I'm always updating my social media statuses, so I'd love to see you follow me on any of those. I look forward to seeing you again next time, guys, and thank you so much for joining me. Bye.